Hey, this is Mark Smith, host of Digital Roughnecks, and I'm here with my co-host, David Conley.
Hey, how we doing?
Good. We're also here with Mark Fishburne from FLIR. Hey, Mark.
Hey, good to be with you guys.
And this is part three of a three-part series that we're doing about how to select the right tools for the right job. In this particular case, FLIR cameras. And this episode is called How to Monitor for Liquid Leaks Without Getting False Alerts for Wet Weather Conditions. And since our pilot is in Colorado, wet weather conditions happen all the time. So let's get into the problem that we're trying to solve. So clients asking, how do we continuously check for liquid leaks without generating false positives for wet weather, snow, rain, sleet, hail, whatever? The big idea here is if they could find leaks like prevent a fire tube failure, which could cost $1 million and loss of product, or other leaks, these are big items that they can prevent, preventative maintenance. But they also threw out this thing, hey, if you can look for liquid leaks as well as do monitor tanks and our other leak detection, they can eliminate future night operators, meaning in new paths they don't need to hire any night operators. So that was a big opportunity. We're talking millions of dollars of savings. So the idea is to catch leaks early before they cause significant damage, emission or repair costs. And they want to watch tanks and separators for liquid leaks, monitor high pressure valves. I don't know, anything else, David? I mean, you've gotten the list here.
Yeah. This is definitely a big piece of that bundle. And the liquid, as for the liquid, the main thing that it's going to prevent is actually big digs and in trouble with the EPA. I mean, whenever you have a liquid leaking from an oil and gas facility, it's significant damage, not only to the product that you're producing, but also with the EPA, the federal regulations, the BLM. So yeah, it's a big deal, and we can get into kind of the parameters that were set, but yeah, I'll let you keep going until we get to that spot.
Yeah. So, like we always do, we say, okay, what kind of camera? Now, in our other part one, we talked about the FB camera. Part two, we talked about the G300, which is an OGI camera. And, FLIR's got a ton of cameras, right? So what we take is the shortcut, which is call Mark Fishburne and say, hey, what the heck camera should we use? And you recommended which camera?
Yeah, in this scenario where we're looking for different liquid with varying conditions, temperature conditions, we needed to go to the Elara FC camera.
Okay.
The difference between the FB and the FC camera is radiometrics, the ability to get temperatures out of surfaces. So, back in the first session, the FB is looking at tanks. We didn't really need a temperature barking at you the whole time. And the FC, we can do that. And not only can we do that with the FC camera, get that radiometric temperature data, we can also do parameters with this camera. It's a smarter camera.
Right.
We can do boxes over here, up to, I believe, 6 or 8 boxes in that, where we're reading temperatures at different levels inside those boxes. So we can set it to do exactly what they're asking in these varying weather conditions.
Yeah. So the main thing that was when I would go to engineer this product is, okay, it rains, it snows, it sleets, and those are all liquids, right? And they're going to pool, snow's going to melt and you're going to see a nice pool of water. And I have to make this model work on all sorts of different types of sensors. But for the really critical equipment where we don't want leaks, we have to make sure that we have a radiometric reading, because that's actually going to be the kind of magic that we need to prevent false positives. Pooling liquid is a pooling liquid without an actual temperature that gives us, okay, this surface temperature is X and this surface temperature is this. I know they look the same, but they're actually different. And that's how we can differentiate and train our AI to know the difference between a rain and a liquid leak coming off of a separator or a tank. Or
Now, this camera also has, we haven't really talked about in the other series, but I think it's called the MDX mode or something like that.
MSX.
MSX, what does that do? exactly?
Yeah, so as we go up to a little bit more expensive cameras, and we're adding other features, and we're making it a smart camera. This camera also has multi sensor, so basically a regular digital camera. And what that allows is an overlay of the thermal with the digital camera, so you can get a very clear picture and see what you're looking at. So if there's identifying markers or a particular set you're looking at, you know what it is. It's not just that blurry IR. You're getting a full picture out.
Right,
It's-
which is essentially an optical image. So
Correct.
like you're looking at a regular, camera that we're on right now with a thermal overlay with a temperature reading. So it's really
And it's
all the data points.
multispectral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stuttered through that, but multispectral meaning two cameras.
And so
Right.
you could use, David, I guess you can use all those things, right? From the temperature readings to the multispectral and all that stuff in the AI machine model to take that in consideration.
Yeah, I couldn't do it without it.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
need
I
all
could.
that. Yeah.
I mean, I could say, yeah, there's liquid here, but I could never tell you, yeah, this liquid is it's an actual liquid leak that's leaking from your equipment opposed to rain or a puddle. But yeah.
And then combine that with other machine models that can identify the specific part that's leaking, which is critical to
Right.
determining how important this thing is to go fix or whatever, or
That is absolutely
literally
right.
issue a shutdown command or something.
Right.
Cool. So, this is part 3 of our 3-part series. And, if you'd like more information about like how to select the right camera, how to pick the right machine models and stuff, we've got this free guide and video walkthrough called 3 Steps to Automating Your Pad Operations. And FLIR has generously added a bonus to that, where if you sign up for the automation guide, you'll actually be automatically entered to win a FLIR C5. So Mark, tell me more about the C5.
Yeah, the C5's a camera that fits in your pocket. It's the size of your cell phone. Great for just pulling out for general maintenance work. It's a long range camera. You could spot check a tank and see if it's active. You could look at a solar panel or an electrical panel. Just a great tool. It's also got Wi-Fi in it, so if you did see something and you wanted to send that over to a larger screen, you could do it right there on the site. Takes pictures and just a great tool to have in your toolkit.
So if you'd like to get that free guide and be entered to win the FLIR C5, all you got to do is visit digitalroughnecks.com/FLIR. So again, this is part 3 of the series. We're going to have more of these upcoming in the future Digital Roughnecks episodes. So thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.